Wednesday edition. Thank you for tuning in. It's great to have you all with us. We, of course, have Yong from Crystara, the founder
Hello,
of
guys.
Crystara Markets, the premier NFT marketplace on Crystara. Chase, how you doing, my boy?
Well, my power keeps going in and out, but I'm doing okay. I hope everybody else is having a better morning than me.
Well, I'm in the evening, so I mean, like, you know, better morning, better evening. You know, it's debatable. It's debatable.
Yeah. Well, just better. How about a better time frame? A moment in
Better
time.
time frame, yeah. I mean, look, if the weather could stay like this for the next hour, I'd be delighted. But we all know in half an hour it's going to be pitch black, and I'm going to be sitting in the dark. But you know how it is.
Hey, you got to do it.
Yong, welcome back, man. It's great to have you on. I think the last time we had you on, Crystara wasn't live on mainnet. Is that right?
I think no. The previous time that I was on with I think Solido and Atmos for like a combined group. Yeah, that was maybe a month and a half ago. Yeah.
So when did you guys go live on mainnet?
We went live on April 14th. So 3 months ago.
Almost 3 months.
So you've been live for a while. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice, man. Well, we're looking forward to digging into what you guys are cooking right now, the various NFT projects on the marketplace. So we're looking forward to hearing all about that. But first, we'll kick off with a couple of community posts. Chase, take us away, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, James. Thank you, Yong, for being here again. I'm up to date with Crystara, but I hope that people are not, because there's a lot of exciting things y'all are doing. Y'all are pushing stuff almost every week, so I'm really excited to have you on again. Thank you for taking the time. I know you said it's like almost 11 p.m. for you, so thank you for staying up a little bit later for me. I really do appreciate it. And we are going to get into Crystara's latest news and the updates like I was just talking about. But first, we're going to go through some community news and ecosystem updates as we do at the beginning of each week. So first things first, let's get into the best community posts of the week. And the first one is Crypto Blondie. We see her all the time. She's one of our most active community members, not only in our just normal community, but in the Spartans as well. So I want to give her a huge shout out. So she had a really cool explainer video on AutoFi. So meet AutoFi by Supra, on-chain automation powered by real-time oracles and same block execution. No bots, no scripts, just pure logic. Watch the 60-second explainer. And by the way, these videos she's been putting out are incredible. I don't know what version of AI she's using, but she's using a really good one. And everything she puts out is incredible. So go be sure to check her out, give her a follow, and watch the 60-second explainer that she put together.
Yeah, and then also a big shout out to Lunatic. I mean, I don't know how you pronounce that. When you create a profile name on X, like, are you thinking about how you pronounce your profile name? Lunatic? But a Web3 enthusiast who I believe recently came across Supra. So they've been blown away by the AutoFi vision, as most people are, of course. And they posted that they're very impressed watching Supra's AutoFi vision. Damn, if this comes to life and gets accepted, it could be a new era. No joke, we are on the brink of history. Do you understand? I mean, like, there's so much teasing going on there. I love that. So Lunatic, really appreciate that post. So had to give that a shout out. Thank you.
Love it, love it. And then we have Lucky Avi. Lucky Avi. I think I'm just gonna. I think that's right. They posted a really cool thread about Supra's 6-month roadmap, including a neat little video as well. I did make a post in our Discord and Telegram channel, so you probably did get the notification and ping there. So if you read through it, amazing. If you're not a reader like me, watch a little video like this. It'll help you out. Give you a little explainer for you. So thank you, Lucky Avi, for the video, and thank you for taking the time to put that together for us.
I love that. You just straight up, I'm not a reader. Boom. That's
Listen,
just
brother,
the way it is.
I was in college for like 8 years. Okay, I'm done reading.
Oh my goodness, brother. Well, moving on to ecosystem news, we're going to move on right away after 8 years of college. Into ecosystem news. What's going on in the Supra ecosystem? There's a lot happening. Of course, we're getting ready for some exciting times. We'll explain a little bit, maybe later, maybe in next week's sub. But for now, we'll start with Dexlin. Dexlin's Perps trading UI is getting a lot of attention at the moment. They've been showcasing the UI in some demo videos, and this one highlights the features that you just tap on the close position and you'll see a whole bunch of stuff pop up, like check your entry price, the mark price, your profit and loss, all in that trade just by tapping close position. So really loving what Dexland are doing right now. And of course, can't wait to see this live on mainnet very, very soon indeed.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, Dixon's always doing cool stuff over there. They're like one of my daily check-ins to see if I've missed anything since I've been asleep. I think they have opposite time schedules as well, so they post most of the time when I'm asleep. Next thing will be Metasol, and this is an NFT project, and it only makes sense because we have Yong on here. So we have a new NFT project in the ecosystem. Metasol has arrived on the scene to help provide liquidity to TuneSwap, the new EVM DEX coming to Supra. Make sure you're following both TuneSwap Supra and OFC Metasol, SOUL Metasol. Go check them out.
Yeah, and shout out to Metasol. They're actually in the chat right now. They posted a comment. Fresh air for all Supra Soul. Thank you, Metasol.
What it do, baby? Welcome to the sub.
Yeah, man. I love that. Like, who is the person behind that account? Like, it's just so cool to know that there's a builder building stuff on Supra and they're posting stuff on their X account while they're watching the sub. Yong, I've got to ask real quick before I move on to the next ecosystem story. Who posts for Crystara Markets? Is it you, or do you have someone running your social media?
Do you want to make a guess?
It's you.
Yeah, I couldn't hold it.
Chase is guessing that it's you. I'm actually going to guess that you have got someone on board to do that for you.
Yeah, well, the answer's out. It's purely me, and it's been me since the start. Yeah. So I manage the socials, I manage the development, relations.
He is a jack of all trades. And you want to know how I knew it was you? So I had an NFT project back in 2021, and I was the founder of the project. We had a team of like 5 people, but everybody thought it was somebody else on the Twitter because I was acting real degen. I was like cussing like a maniac, and I was just being like what NFTs were back in 2021, just a complete degen, off hinge. And so the way that I would respond to people, they would be asking about like Chase or the founder. And I would respond like, oh yeah, he says blah, blah, blah. And I see sometimes you'll do that. And I'm like, I wonder if that's Yong behind it. So I've been there and I've been behind the scenes before. So yeah, it's funny. But yeah, man, it's more impressive that it is you than it is not you, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it takes quite a bit of work to kind of grow an NFT or like a community on X. Like not many people understand how to phrase certain things or post in a certain like narrative. So yeah, I guess we just haven't found that person yet.
Yeah. Hey, but you're doing a great job as it's going.
Yeah. Yeah. You're doing an incredible job. Just remember that you only have 24 hours in a day, bro. So take it easy and manage your time, brother. Manage your time. So I think there's opportunity.
Yeah, I was gonna say, always remember to like rest yourself. Like I know it's hard being a founder, dude, and I know you are doing so much, but you have to always remember like it's good to step away and not look at a computer screen and take your time. James lives in a jungle, so I mean he touches grass on a daily basis. Look how happy this guy looks. I'm telling you. So yeah, just always remember you're a busy guy. You do everything, but also remember to take time for yourself.
Exactly. Yeah, I definitely do, and it's great. Yeah.
Well, I mean, after this sup, you're going to get a lot of people DMing you saying, hey, I want to be hired for your social media. So just check in with us. We'll help you hire the right person. You know what I mean? You want to make sure that you hire the right person.
Ooh, that is the best option. Yeah, get you involved.
No. I'm just saying we'll help you hire the right person. I'm not saying we're going to do it for you, brother. I mean,
I'll degen your socials. Don't worry.
There you go.
Yeah. No, I mean like get involved in the hiring process. That's it.
Yeah, we would love to help, dude.
Yeah, sounds
could
good.
Be very dangerous getting Chase involved with your socials. That's all I'm saying.
He might start promoting his NFT project.
Yeah, my new NFT project. Exactly. Chaco Sup says, when was the last time that you touched grass, Yong?
No, it's actually recent. I was out on a trip with my partner, and we went to Malaysia. We went to Penang for like a 4-day trip. So it was good. Nice. It was refreshing after like 6 months of continuous Crystara this, Crystara that.
Absolutely, man. It's
nice,
so nice to unplug.
Yeah.
Also, just a heads up, DeepSeeker is saying he'll work for Supra tokens if you employ him for your social media.
Boom, baby.
Keep an eye out for DeepSeeker. I'm not sure about DeepSeeker though, because he comes across as, he actually says in his profile that he's an AI bot. So like, I'm not sure what's going on there. I mean, you know. Anyway, let's move on with ecosystem news. We've got 2 more pieces of news here. SupraLend. In this bit of news, we highlight what they're up to. SupraLend have just announced a points program. So their testnet already live, but you can help test the app and give them your feedback, and then just have to stay tuned for points. So all you got to do is step up. There's points coming soon. If you're active, if you're early, then SupraLend is going to be rewarding those who move first. Go check them out, testnet.supralend.xyz. So if you want to be part of early alpha with SupraLend, there's your opportunity, testnet.supralend.xyz, baby.
It sounded like a radio commercial, man. You got if Web3 doesn't work out, James is going full radio. Going back to radio, baby.
I've been waiting for that hot seat question. What would you do if crypto crashes tomorrow? You know, like, I'm ready.
Yeah, it's radio. Yeah. Dope. And then last but not least, Solido. We had them with Mr. Square on last week. They're doing exciting stuff. Every time we have him on, we're really excited to talk with him. It seems like he always drops a little bit of alpha that we weren't expecting. So shout out to Mr. Square and the whole team over there. So last but definitely not least, we have our stablecoin maker Solido running up not just their yields, but also their LTV with power of AutoFi. These guys are really starting to tap the first project to tap into our AutoFi mainnet. If you were here last week, he really discussed it in link. If you haven't watched that episode, please go back and watch it. It was a really great one. And they're already seeing its power. They shared last time how they're able to generate like 70 to 80% APY, real yield with native automation. Now they've also raised their LTV, loan to value ratio. That means you can borrow or mint more cash with your Supra. They're doing powerful stuff over there. Like I said, the whole episode that he was on, we were kind of just sitting here like in awe, like, holy shit, like they are cooking over at Solido. So shout out to Mr. Square and the whole team over there. We always love talking to y'all.
Yeah, absolutely cooking, man. Shout out to Mine Crypto, early staker. Thank you, Mine Crypto. Fan says Web3 didn't kill the radio star. Well, actually, Web3 did kill the radio star.
Yeah, it actually, yeah, it did.
I was in radio since 16 years old, was in radio for a very long time, and then Web3 came along and killed the radio star. So simple as that, my friend. Simple as that, fan. Ibrahim says, wow, I missed last week's sup. How could you do that, Ibrahim? What happened, bro? At least you're here for Crystara. There's some good alpha coming. Let's actually get into it. That wraps up our ecosystem news. Yong, tell us about how things have been going at Crystara. What's been happening? What have you guys been up to since we last had you on?
Yeah, so the last time that I was on was actually the mainnet. So the last time that I was on for like a full episode was the time when I was like doing the mainnet launch. So quite a lot of things have changed, right? In the past 2 months, we've had like amazing NFT collections launching. We got the ZenX collection that just launched. They sold out in less than half a day. So the actual amount of time that it took to sold out was 10 hours. I had it all tracked. It was crazy. And then we had the chicken wings NFTs. We have the, Super Bulls. So quite a lot of cool NFT projects have launched since I was last on. And we also have been pushing quite a lot of new updates. So one of the biggest updates that we've done in the past 2 months was the collection bits update. So a lot of people were asking for, when bidding. We introduced per item bidding, and then people were like, so how about collections? Then we had build collections bidding, and we also added like rarity bids. A lot of improvements to the platform overall. Yeah,
I have been seeing it. And I love the concept of bidding. Obviously, it's like maybe not something you think about immediately, but it's like, hey, everybody likes to snipe NFT every so often, right? It's like, hey, if somebody needs a little bit of money, they have a bid sitting in their wallet. They're like, well, I don't want to sell this NFT, but I need this money now, so I'm going to sell this NFT at a little bit of a loss. Now I get the NFT a little bit cheaper. Do I sell it to make the profit that they once did, or do I keep it because I actually wanted it? Bidding is definitely a vital part of NFTs, so I'm super glad to see that y'all listen to the community and put those in. So let's talk about this a little bit. And we kind of talked about it as far as socials is going, but how has the team grown? Have you added anybody else to the team at this point?
Yeah, so the team is just me right now, but actually tomorrow it's gonna be two people.
Nice. No
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
Your first
So
hire.
my very first hire, actually.
That's incredible, dude. Congratulations. That's so exciting.
Thank you, thank you. So I was looking at I was posting like jobs on LinkedIn, right? And then we basically got this like a bunch of apps, and it was crazy to see how many of them were in the same school as me. So I ended up just hiring one of them, and they're gonna be working starting tomorrow. We're gonna do more dev work, hopefully push out more updates for Crystara. Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome. So he actually went to the same school that you went to, and you were like, "Hey, I want to give back to the school that gave me my knowledge." Right? I mean,
Yeah.
that's an incredible thing. And you see this happen. It's like when people are applying for jobs, and when I was applying for jobs, it's on LinkedIn it'll say like 5 people here went to the University of Houston. It's like,
Yeah,
all right,
yeah.
baby. I hope that somebody there sees my resume and is like, hey, he went to the same college as me. Let's at least give him an interview. So that's really cool. I always love to see people kind of give back to, and I guess, are we going to say give back to the community, give back to your location, your school, whatever it may be? That's awesome to see. So congratulations not only for the hire, but congratulations to that guy for getting hired onto your team, man. That's super dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice one, man. All right, so keeping it small at the moment. Now I want to talk about sales and projects on Crystara, starting with ZenX. So obviously the ZenX sale was incredible, sold out in half a day. I'm curious if it puts stress on your servers. What kind of user and transaction numbers can Crystara theoretically support in a short period of time? Because the ZenX sale was so quick, so many people minting their NFTs, selling out in half a day. What kind of numbers can Crystara support?
Yeah, so for the ZenX collection, our servers were definitely maxed out. Like I did a post about it. We hit 100% CPU utilization rate for our database during the ZenX mint, and then we had like indexing issues because the CPU was like overloaded and stuff like that. So back to your question on, yeah, ZenX was crazy. It was the first time that we had such a big spike in terms of users and like database queries at the same time. And that was when I was away too, so it was crazy. I was like sitting in the hotel bed, like, oh my god, I'm cooked. Like things are crashing without my watch.
On your phone as well?
Yeah,
Like not
you know
even
what I
on your
did?
laptop?
So I turned on my PC and I left it on when I went for a trip so that I can do RDC, like remote desktop
Yep.
connection, in case anything happened. Yeah. Um, so
Fair
how
enough.
many transactions can we handle? Actually, everything else was perfectly fine. So the server infra, blockchain side, DVRF, everything was stable. The only bottleneck was our database, which stems from possibly like inefficient queries and stuff like that for developers. So that's kind of what we're gonna optimize to, yeah, just bring down the CPU utilization, and then we can handle way more users. Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Mickey, man. I'm a huge fan of Mickey. Mickey does a lot for Supra. The creative bounty number 2 right now, which ends in a couple days actually. We were using a song that he produced, and the creative bounty is make a music video to his song. So I'm a big fan of him. He's a super creative guy. He messaged me months ago. It was like, hey man, yeah, there it is. He messaged me
Yeah.
months ago and was like, hey man, I'm gonna be putting together an NFT project. And I was like, no way. Like, okay, well, if you need any help, if you need any suggestions for me, like please let me know. And then a couple weeks later, he sent me like a picture of like the base. It was like the first rendition of like the base of his NFT, and it was just like a bald anime character. And I was like, oh, I was like, dude, this is incredible. I think this is probably some of the best like realistic anime based art that I've seen on Crystara yet, and maybe just like the best art. And that's not me being, I love every project on Crystara, but you could tell like, you know, there's a little more put into him. They're animated. And so when he messaged me about it, I was like, yeah, these are going to be great. And then as the buildup was happening, I was seeing more and more community members tag me like wanting whitelist spots, or more and more community members starting to follow them and mention ZenX in my feed. And they crushed it. I mean, 777 mints gone in less than half of a day. Big shout out to him, man. I was really, really excited to see that project do so well for him. And then kind of moving on to my next question. Sorry to throw flowers at Mickey for so long. You often mention the importance of community. What's the primary strategy you're employing to build a strong Crystara community? Because I do see y'all do have a pretty faithful following, and it's not just the projects that they're following Crystara as a whole, and then they kind of the secondary is follow the projects underneath. So what are you doing to continuously and like make this a reality?
Yeah, so I think having an engaged community is something that is pretty difficult to continuously maintain, right? So Crystara was built through like multiple community events. So that's kind of what we're gonna keep on doing. We grew initially really like a lot from our incentivized testnet program, where people just found fun in like minting blind boxes, and that kind of got the community hooked onto Crystara. The whole blind boxes makes it a bit more exciting. You know, it's more unique compared to all the other NFT marketplaces. So we also do like meme contests, like the ones that we did a couple weeks ago. You know, to just try and engage the community. And yeah, so we're just gonna do like competitions, quizzes, giveaways, to kind of grow the community.
Yeah, and I think what you're fighting for mind share, right? It's like you have to keep them busy. You have to give people something to do every day. And I don't know if you're within our Discord, but we have the Order of Supra. And so what the Order of Supra is like that's exactly what we made it for, right? It's like we wanted to give our users something daily to engage with that they could also get rewards for, to in turn get rewards for just based off engagement. It costs $0 to go and like a tweet or make a comment on a post. You know, it's zero, it's free. But in turn, you're gaining zips, which in turn you can enter raffles to get whitelist spots for ZenX or a Supra care package or something that I can't really mention just yet. But the thing is like you're exactly right. You have to, and this is in everything in Web3. And somebody will tell you that if anybody tells you this is not true, they're a liar. You have to put a carrot in front of the horse. And it doesn't matter what it is, whether it be an airdrop, whether it be any type of reward, you have to give the community something to follow behind. And then after you give them something to follow behind, the rest of the puzzle pieces fall in place, right? It's like people start establishing connections. Now I have friends in here. So I'm not coming back necessarily for the rewards anymore, but I'm coming back because my boys and my friends are in here. It's like I want to talk to my friends every day, but at the same time now I'm able to get rewards to get things that I want or don't want, whatever it may be. But yeah, so great idea to do it that way. And there's my 2 cents on how to keep your community coming back.
Yeah, I mean, you can go ahead.
No, go ahead, Yong.
No, I just think that there are so many things that we can do, and we're definitely exploring new things, new ideas. Some of them are a bit more hard to implement, which I can't really say yet because it defeats the point. But yeah, more engagement is coming for Crystara.
Love
Nice,
it,
man.
love it.
Yeah, and if there's anyone who knows about engagement in the NFT community, Chase is your man. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Quick drop into the chat right here. Zohair says 789 people are watching but not involved in the chat. That would make them participate. Well, Zohair, we are trying. We're doing our best. But also, like, we can only keep up with so many people in the chat.
Yes.
Like, we're happy with the 10, 20 people that drop into the chat. I mean, what's that, like a 1-2% response rate? I'm happy with that, to be honest, because then I can keep up. Rapid Rafting Club, I know who you are, sir. The best show in Web3. Darn right, baby. Darn right. Thank you, sir.
Let's go, baby.
Deep Seeker, can Supra take questions by voice on Supra? That would be great. I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. Like, do you want the voice data to be recorded on chain, or how are you thinking? Please let
Yeah,
me know,
we're gonna need
because
a little bit more.
yeah, some more details in that question. That's an interesting one. But in terms of voice questions on the
Oh,
actual
oh,
sub,
what
we'd have.
about I was gonna say, what if we had a phone number that people could call all over the world and and like leave voicemails for us, and then we listen to them before, and then we pick the ones that we want
That's not a
to like
bad
listen to.
idea.
Yeah, yeah. Like
Yeah,
you know,
like
like back in like radio show days, people you'd have call-in numbers, and it would be
yeah,
like they would leave messages complaining about something or just leaving a message. I follow
yeah,
one
shout out.
called I follow one called it's called White Belt Tears, and it's like a Brazilian jiu-jitsu hotline. But anyways, people will call and like complain or cry about like what's happened to them in jiu-jitsu lately, and it's like that's what we should do. We should have a hotline for people to call, and whether it's ask questions about the next week's sub or just give us questions.
Yeah. I actually think it's a great idea. Like, we could literally just have a Telegram number or a Telegram
Yes.
account where people voice note telegrams, and we
Yeah.
just play the voice notes on the sub. So Napoon, our
Exactly.
producer in the back end, sir, you have some work. Figure
Make
that
a
out,
note.
sir. If we can get voice notes played via Telegram
I'm
on
making a
the
note.
sub, that would be
I'm making a
amazing.
note.
Actually, yeah. I mean, let's debut it for next week, Chase. I'm down, man. Let's do
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Um, Yong, I'm curious about how Supra's tech stack can enhance and support a marketplace like Crystara. Are there specific technical advantages like speed, scalability, or security that you're leveraging for your users?
Yeah. So I mean, this really stems back to when I started Crystara, right? I mean, we started. I built it for the Super Movers Hackathon, and initially when I was thinking about what can I build, right? What's something new that not a lot of people have thought about building? And so I saw DVRF from Supra, and I was thinking, oh, I've always thought mystery boxes are cool. Mystery boxes, like people like to buy them for the suspense. Why are NFTs so boring? And then I saw that Supra had 500,000 TPS, and automatically that answers the question on how expensive the gas cost is compared to like Solana and stuff like that. So it's cheap, like absolutely free to do anything on chain. And then there's DVRF, so that's kind of why I built on the super stack. And normally NFTs are one of ones, right? But in the context of blind boxes, there might be in the future some projects that launch with one out of many NFT, like fungible tokens, that could really utilize the speed and cost of Supra. So that's why I chose to build here instead of other places.
I love that. So, will users on, or let's say creators, will creators on Crystara be able to utilize Supra's full tech stack when they're able to? Like, let's say, using automation, using oracles, will they be able to use all of the tech stack on Supra using Crystara's platform?
So essentially, because we do like token standards, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Um, so they're able to kind of code it outside of Crystara. We don't enable it necessarily on Crystara itself, because it's kind of like if you want to integrate oracles, if you want to integrate this kind of thing, it's all custom features of your
yep,
project. So if we enable that on Crystara, then it's like every project can have oracles. Every project can
yeah,
do to what we want, like to what we create.
yep.
How to put it? Yeah. So we don't necessarily build in those kind of functionalities, but they can add on to their NFTs later on
Cool,
with code.
sweet, cool. I was just asking. Um, I guess off the top of my mind, just seeing like, if I were, let's say I wanted to come build a project on Crystara. This isn't a hint at anything. And I'm building a project on Crystara and I want to add automation to where you have to go and feed your NFT every day. And if not,
Yeah.
it dies. And your NFT dies. And when your NFT dies, your NFT turns into a gravestone. And now it automatically happens within your wallet. But every so often, maybe there's a resurrection and you have to do something to get your
Mm.
NFT back. and you have to come back and take care of it every day. It's the Tamagotchi effect is what I'm talking about here. And
Tamagotchi. Yeah.
if you know what a Tamagotchi is, shout out to you. Speaking of do y'all, I don't know if you could hear every so often you'll hear like a beep 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 in the background, but
No,
it's my son's
we can't hear that, sir.
Okay.
We can't hear that.
It's my son's Tamagotchi begging to be fed right now. So he actually has one, and this is where the idea kind of stemmed from. But anyways, it's like, so I was wondering if this would be possible, but to know that it is, awesome. That's great. I do have another question for you, and it kind of leads into that. What are some unique features that NFT projects on Crystara are offering that have caught your attention so far? Or maybe some conversations that you're having with NFT projects that are like, hey, this is kind of what I want to do. Would it be possible, and would you be able to help me? I'm sure you get questions like this all the time, but what are like the one or two that you're the most excited about?
Yeah, so the one that I'm most excited for is actually the chicken wings NFT.
Yeah, dude, they're killing it.
Yeah, they're killing it. They're doing like staking, where they burn like their own meme coin, Pecky.
Yep.
What else are they doing? They're doing like points, or when you stake your NFT, you get Pecky as well.
Yep.
When you stake Supra, you get Pecky as well. So they're doing a lot of stuff in terms of like on-chain programming for the NFTs, which I think is really cool. Yeah,
always really cool, and always good to give utility almost immediately to an NFT project on a chain that's still in its infancy. It's like you don't see it very often, right? And they were like, they already had a meme coin, they already have staking options, they're already rewarding their users, whether they're Pecky holders or whether they're Supra holders or whether they're both, they're getting rewarded. So it's like very easy to keep coming back to a community like that because everybody's kind of bullish about the incentives that are going on. So yeah, love what they're doing over there. Really excited to see what they do, and I just love seeing new NFT projects on new chains do things that they shouldn't be doing yet, and they're crushing it, and the community is standing behind them. So I'm really, really excited. So shout out to them. I give them love on Twitter all the time, but here's your flowers on the SUP as well.
Talking about X, Ibrahim asks a question about a tweet he made yesterday. Ibrahim, we don't know what that post is, so please just paste it in the chat so that we can ask it to Yong. That'll be great, brother. We'll get to a couple of other user questions a little bit later. There's a whole bunch coming through. So Yong, you're very popular here. We will get through to those shortly. Yong, there's obviously a lot of talk right now in the Supra ecosystem about AutoFi. Because of AutoFi going live on mainnet, we have seen an explosion in transaction numbers on Supra's layer one. So I'm curious to know, you guys actually asked the community this. And so I want to ask you, can you tell us what your favorite answers were about how AutoFi could revolutionize Web3, and what opportunities does AutoFi present to NFTs?
Yeah, that is a really great question. So in that post that I asked the community for, like, what can I do? Get like, guys, I want to build on AutoFi, on Supra for Crystara. What can I do for NFTs? Actually, there was not many suggestions that were really on chain that would be powered by AutoFi. A lot of it was like extra UX features. But the one that got the most likes was I think it was by Abraham or someone else. I might have mistaken. It was on-chain order books, so limit orders. Essentially, you can turn on an automation task to kind of buy any NFTs from a specific collection when somebody lists it up at below a certain price. So limit orders for like limit buys, limit sells, market orders at certain timings. That's the kind of thing that would be the most biggest use case for NFTs. So that's the ones that communities, like the community came up with. And for me, I actually thought of another pretty cool one. So I don't know if you guys know, but ZenX, when they did the mint, like the mint speed was kind of like that, really fast at the start, and then it slows down. And then near the end, it just spikes upwards. Because how the rarity system works is, if let's say the rarity doesn't get hit, it might become the last item of the mint. Like it can be the 776 out of 777 mint, So another really good use case for AutoFi that I think has immediate effect is allowing people to set automation orders to mint automatically after a certain percentage of the collection has been minted out. Yeah, what do you guys think about that? It's pretty cool. So you can just,
Yeah, it's a cool idea, and that's when the FOMO kicks in, right? Is like
Yeah,
the end of the collection because everybody, and this is the real situation with NFTs right now, and it doesn't matter what chain you're looking at NFTs on. If you release an NFT project right now, you will go through a lull period of mints. If your whitelist does not pop off, if your whitelist spots do not sell almost immediately out, or 2/3 or half to plus of your collection does not sell in whitelist, if it gets to public with more than half available, you're going to have a really hard time pushing that last bit in. But when people realize that that final push is all that's left, you're like, well, shit, I got to get it now. If I don't get it now, then I don't get one. And that was me. So Mickey messaged me at like 3 a.m. and he was like, hey, ZenX whitelist mint is live. I was obviously asleep at this point. I woke up at 9 a.m. and he was like, hey, public is live. I think 550 were sold around that on whitelist. And I was like, oh, okay, 220 to go. I have some time to like figure out what I'm going to do and mint my ZenX. 2 hours later, they're gone. I refreshed on Crystara and it said project sold out. I was like, oh my God. So yeah, that last bit is very important. So I think that concept and idea is really fun.
yeah. Basically, automation for someone that wants to do NFT tasks. We're gonna definitely explore that for Crystara.
I love that. Well, you heard it here, folks. First, I was going to say folks. Folks, folks. Anyways,
You heard it here
recently-
first, folks. You heard it here first.
Thank
you.
you.
Heard it here, folks. Folks.
Sorry about that. You recently mentioned on X that Crystara offers creator-centric tooling for seamless NFT collection deployment. Can you dive into what these tools are and how they empower creators? Perhaps you could do a screen share here if you want. I've done this. I've done it multiple times, so I know exactly how this works. But maybe
Yeah.
somebody doesn't. Maybe somebody is watching this for the first time that is just playing with the idea of releasing their NFT project. Do you maybe kind of want to show them the that process of maybe opening the dashboard?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
I'll share my screen. So I do have Crystara open.
Let's do it, man.
Perfect. Do you
Napoon,
guys
if you
see my
could.
screen?
Let's see if I think Napoon has to push it through.
Okay.
I'm
We
not
shall let
mistaken.
you know.
There we go,
There
baby.
we go. Looks good.
Okay, and this time you can't hear yourself, right? That's good. I remember the last time I did this, it was horrible. Okay, so if you go into creators in the Crystara website, you can click on creators, and here you can click on get started. So if you want to launch your own NFT collection without any coding, just gather your images and upload them, you can come onto our creators portal. Here you can click on create new blind box collection. You'll fill up your collection name, your description, your image, the URL that you want on Crystara, stuff like that. And then so I'll skip that step because it takes kind of a while. And then once you created your collection, you'll go to this manage collections tab. So here you can see all of your collections that you created. And this is what is the creative tooling that we're talking about. These 5 tabs that we have: edit collection, you can add tokens to your collection, all without coding. So this edit collection page, you can change like the pricing of your collection, your launch schedules, whitelist management, social media management, the rarity chances of your blind boxes. You can do it all here without any coding. Once you save changes, you'll be prompted to sign a transaction on Starkey, and yeah, you're good to go. So no coding there. And then, so for creator-centric tooling, we have essentially a traits and layers launchpad system. So if you're an NFT creator, you're probably familiar with what traits and layers means. But essentially, NFTs usually like to combine a lot of different layers with a lot of different traits to make unique NFTs. And most people do this outside of the NFT platform itself through maybe some sort of helper, and then they gotta upload the NFT metadata, the traits in another JSON file, and it's like a whole hassle. So what we do is we have a traits and layers generator, and here I added all of my ugly paint.net drawings. So you can see I have a few different layers. Okay, you can set the chances of them showing up. Maybe I want the pink one to be rare, and then you hit generate, and it generates the NFTs for you. So it generates the NFTs for you and all of the traits that come with the NFTs. So
And I want to step
that's,
in here for a
yeah,
second
go ahead.
and say, so I was the founder of an NFT project, a sold out an NFT project. This part of the NFT project, we had 9 different layers and we had a total of 320 traits. This part of an NFT project takes almost the longest, because what you're doing here is you're sending all of these files, all of these trait layers in folders to a developer, and they're running a script to provide you with thousands of NFTs. Okay, so what do you have to do now? You have to look through each of these NFTs and see where there are gaps within the trait layers themselves. So we're talking about maybe glasses don't sit right, maybe the hat's too forward, maybe the coloring of the jacket is wrong and it matches the skin too much to where you can't see a seam. It's like all these small little changes take so much time, and so you have to relay all this information back to the developer that has to rerun the script that takes hours to do. And this is built in within Crystara. I don't think enough people understand like how valuable something like this is for a creator. If I'm a creative guy and I wanted to create an NFT project a year ago or before Crystara released a platform like this, 3 months ago, it was really, really hard. The onboarding process to creating an NFT project is very expensive and it's very hard to do. And there's so many technical things that are involved that it's impossible to do by yourself. But Yong and Crystara have changed that. You can now literally go in and create your own NFT project, and you have a platform and a developer at your fingertips, essentially.
Yeah, and I remember that. So all of these creator tooling has gone through a lot of battle testing through like all of the different collections that I've launched. We have a lot of problems that occurred in the past, but everything's now like stable. I remember, Chase, you tried to launch your. I mean, I didn't. You didn't. I don't know what you tried to launch. I still don't know what you tried to launch. But
Don't dox the man. Don't dox him.
yeah. But so you added traits, right? And you added all of the weightage and stuff, and then
Yep.
you left the page.
Yep.
And then when you came back, you were like, "So where are all of my traits?" Then I said, "Oh, we don't save it, but now we do."
Yep. And
Yeah.
so I do huge shout out to, and I reached out to Yong, and I'll explain what I was doing. I have a little bit of something, and I was playing with it, and I was uploading traits. I was seeing how trait layers were working. Like I said, a lot of the time I've built NFT projects before. I know how layering works. I'm very familiar with the process. So I was going to see how it was working. Okay, you add these above it, you add these below, and that's how you build your layers. Okay, now we're adding rarities into it. But let's say I clicked back or something like off of the initial trait layering page, and everything was gone. So a message, and I was like, "Oh, is this normal or does this happen?" He's like, "Oh, we don't have anything that like kind of fixes that at the moment, but we will." Like less than a week later, he messaged me like, "Hey, it's fixed now. We got it all handled for you, so you can go in there and get it figured out." So thank you for being on top of it. Just another shout out to Yong Crystara for being on top of it at all times.
Of course. And then lastly, the last few things in this like creator centric tooling, we have analytics for you. So you can see like all of your holders holding your collection. You can see the amount of tokens that they're holding, how long they have been holding averagely for each of their tokens, how many of them they've
Wow,
listed. Yeah. You can do
that's really
giveaway
useful
trading.
information.
Yeah. And you can also export all of the data. You can add like an airdrop amount that's, split among everybody in the
Whoa.
list. So it's very creator centric, as we previously mentioned. You can see
Wow,
your revenue tabs and stuff as well. Yeah.
I didn't know about the airdrop functionality of that. What a cool concept to add into a project.
Yeah. So NFT management doesn't have to be difficult. That's kind of what we're doing.
Yeah, absolutely, dude.
Dude, it blows my mind that you are the only guy building this. Like you have built
Right?
the
Until
infrastructure,
tomorrow, baby.
you
Until
have
tomorrow.
engineered all of this, you have programmed all of this, and you've built the UI. Like look at this UI. It's so clean, it's so simple, it's so
Clean.
intuitive.
Thank you. Thank you.
Like, bro, this is one guy. Are you mad? This is unbelievable. I mean, seriously, dude, huge, huge, huge chops to you because it's really incredible, bro. Like, have you been inspired by any other platforms? I mean, I'm not sure if I've even seen this kind of functionality even on OpenSea. Have there have there been other platforms that you've seen that you've got these ideas from, or is it because you haven't seen them that you've actually decided to build this kind of functionality?
So that's a really good question. And it's neither of those. So how we ended up building all of these functionalities was all of the creators that approached us actually. So, ZenX, Bitbots, Lunicus, they all had some sort of data that they wanted to extract from the collections, but some of them aren't as like developmentally skilled, if that's a way to say it. So they were asking for, hey, how can I get all of the holders of my collection? How can I, do giveaways to them? And then I just thought, hey, I think it would be a perfect idea to incorporate this directly into the creators portal so that all of the NFT creators can access the same tooling without needing to spend time developing it. And it helps to engage the community and save them costs and time. So yeah, it's like not even in OpenSea, not even in Tradeport, Magic Eden. I don't think I've ever seen stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, neither have I, man. Like, this is absolutely amazing. Like, it's groundbreaking, and it blows my mind that it's one guy like that's built all of this, dude. So, hats off, man. Can't wait to see what happens when you 100x your team, which would be tomorrow. From 1 to 2. I mean, what would that be? Two? I guess that would be 2x. 100% your team, 2x your team tomorrow. Dude, there's just so much coming, man. What about any new features? Do you have some new features that are in beta testing at the moment that you're sort of experimenting with that you can't wait to bring to the market?
Well, there's a lot of features like in development, but not all of them are like front facing. So I think the closest feature that you can at least see some sort of unconfirmed UI and stuff like that is I can show it to you guys. So it's not
Oh, here
live
we
yet.
go.
It's not live yet.
Inside alpha. Here we go. Inside alpha.
But you can think of DeFi Llama. None of these like big trackers track at like Supra that well right now. There's a lot of trackers, but not a lot of trackers integrate Supra. So we wanted to kind of be the first to do that, and we saw that SuperScan, the way that they showed the numbers for the daily transactions and stuff like that, it's not graphical, it's not the nicest. So that's why we want to introduce this page, which is a stats page, where you can see the Supra's NFT market cap. So this is not real data yet, but this is just kind of like the layout that we have for basically showing all of the different stats. And then, you'll be able to take a
So this
picture of
what
this
you're
and
showing
share.
us right now. This is not available on the public app. Is that right?
Yeah, this is not available on the public app just yet because there's
Okay.
no real data on it. So that's kind of what we're
Sure.
working on. Yeah.
It's coming.
Yeah, but that
Inside alpha right
yeah, that
here.
looks so dope. It's
Yeah,
so
we
clean.
we track the NFT market cap for Supra on a daily basis. So we have like daily point values. And then we've been tracking it for possibly 2 months now. So this chart is gonna look sick. You're gonna see like a sideways ups curve for the amount
J
of
curve.
Supra. Yeah, a J
Yep,
curve. Yeah.
J curve,
exactly.
baby.
And as Mr. Backstage Napoon says, data is always beautiful.
Data
It
is
Also,
really
always
shout
good.
out
is.
shout out to Super Mummy. She's always in the chat. She says this is the best NFT platform I know of by far. So I agree. I
Agreed.
mean, it's especially for a creator. If I had the accessibility to something like this 4 years ago, when I was deep in my DGen phase, brother, I would have been putting out an NFT project every other day and just cooking, dude. But anyways, wasn't my time. If it is your time, start cooking. Okay, that's all I can say. Get out there and cook. And I do. So let's. We're having fun with NFTs, but I want to talk about your personal journey a little bit. And I know we've got to know you after having you on the show. This will be your third time now, a little bit, but specifically locally.
Mm.
Singapore is known for its supportive startup ecosystem, but it's also super competitive there and the environment as a whole. How has it been being in Singapore shaped your journey as a founder, if at all? Or have you realized it's helped you as a founder, or have you found that it's been more difficult because the environment there is competitive?
Yeah. So So regarding this, the landscape in Singapore is really great. So you have a lot of tech events, a lot of crypto
Yeah.
events that are being held in Singapore. So like last year, Solana was here with the breakpoint, and Token 2049 is like here every year.
Coming again this year in like
Yeah,
just a
coming.
couple months, I think.
Yeah, I'll be there. You guys will be there too. It'll be amazing.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
so Singapore is like a hub for tech, right, in the Southeast Asia. So I attend these events, they inspire me a lot, and it's great on that end. But for the startup ecosystem in Singapore, I don't really know much about the ecosystem that actually exists now. Maybe I'll get to know it when I'm in uni, but I'm not really exposed to that kind of thing. And then what else? What else? Oh, so the crypto landscape in Singapore is kind of not for new startups that have like lower capital. So Singapore recently introduced like tighter regulations that a lot of stuff like LPing, liquidity providing, would require you to have like 250K in the bank just to apply for a license to do that.
Wow.
Yeah. So I would say right now in the crypto space for Singapore, it's getting much more regulated. There's a lot of stuff that I wanted to do for Crystara as like cool features and stuff that I can't really explore. But it's just you just have to navigate through all of these regulation stuff. Yeah.
That's interesting, man. I mean, yeah, I'm really glad that you shared that because it's kind of cool to hear exactly how it is for a startup in a local region to know exactly the kind of challenges that you're facing. What about the community itself, though? Like, obviously, there's quite a vibrant NFT scene in Singapore. Irene Zhao, JJ Lin, they have been popular NFT creators. Do you guys fit into the local scene much? Do you have any local followers? Do you have any local meetups in Singapore? Because obviously, Singapore does have a bit of an NFT scene.
Yeah, so currently we're really much in the global space. We don't necessarily have a target community directly in Singapore just yet. But I totally get you on that local community thing. So when I go into my school, right, basically we have this thing called a fintech society, and there is a blockchain club. So that's kind of a way that I can segue some connections, build some local community around Crystara. But for now, we are still very global based. Anywhere in the world, people will be using Crystara.
NFTs are worldwide, baby. Worldwide,
Yeah.
baby, Mr. Worldwide. So
Web3 is
what? And
international, baby. Global economy.
that's right. All day, never turns off. And so I
That's
think we
it.
talked about this the last time we had you on, but maybe you've had a different challenge at this point. But being not only a founder is difficult, but being a young founder is very difficult. I when I was a founder, hold on, how old was I? 29. I was not young, but it was still very difficult for me. I had a family, and it's hard. It's hard to devote 20 hours a day to being able to let your community know you're not going to rug them, or like you're not going to disappear. And all this foundation that they've built within you and this trust is going to disappear overnight. So, what's the biggest challenge you face as a young founder in the Web3 space, or if you've had one, and how did you overcome that?
So I think the biggest challenge is to really get people to trust me, like you said. So when it comes to like, for example, reaching out to VCs and stuff, I don't
Yeah.
have 20 years of experience somewhere else that I can bring on to the table and say, hey, invest in me. I'm the asset here. So it's kind of like I have to raw dog a lot of things and build my own reputation. And of course, there's a lot of doubts and stuff like that that go along the way. But you just have to keep pushing. Just try your best, and just try and make it work out. Grow your reputation, and overcome any challenges that you get. Yeah, it's not really that you should look at the challenges as like a big thing, but you just have to look at each challenge step by step and go through it.
I love that. I heard a quote today that was inspiring for whatever reason. Sometimes you see things and it just happens to inspire you sometime. And I read today a quote that said, if you have something that you are 100% devoted to, like if you want to make this happen, if you wake up and work your ass off every single day on whatever you're devoted to doing, at one point eventually you will be successful at that. And this could be working out, this could be building something, this could be developing software. But if you wake up and put your mind into something every day, and I don't care who you are, it's like you will eventually get to a point where you are successful in whatever you've put in your mind to every day. So I do want to just mention that because it seems like you're doing that. And it's easy to get behind people like you, dude. It's like easy to wake up every day and see like, oh, this founder's working hard. Like, of course I want to support him. And support comes in many ways from other people. Yeah. The community, they're beating on their shield for you. They're the ones doing the marketing. They are your walking billboard. You know what I mean? And the easiest way to do that is to get them to trust you. And the easiest way to get them to trust you is to show that you are 100% committed. And you're doing that every day. So a big shout out to Yong and the Crystara team tomorrow, baby. Let's go.
I hope he's watching.
Team, baby.
I hope he's watching too.
All right, so tomorrow's a big day. You double your team, but what about 5 years time? I would love to know where you see Crystara in 5 years time. How do you plan to evolve the platform? It's obviously an ever-changing landscape. NFTs have come extremely far in the last 5 years. What about the next 5 years? How do you see Crystara evolving in the next 5?
So 5 years is a long time, right? But
in Web3 especially.
Yeah, it really is a long time for Web3. Web3 has only been around for 13. Wait, I don't even know how long. Is it 13 years? 17 years?
Well, the name Web3, I think, is 2016, 2015, 2016. Yeah. So we're looking at like 10 years.
Oh, that's pretty new. Yeah.
Crazy.
So there's a couple things. In 5 years, Crystara will most probably be multi-chain. Might have NFT interoperability. So maybe bridging NFTs from Ethereum, synthetically mint them on Crystara, on Supra, stuff like that. And probably we are going to dive into like NFT utility in a sense. What are all of the other digital products that exist now that can be made into NFTs? So people have explored music for NFTs, but what about books? What about art, like maybe real life art and stuff like that? So there's kind of a lot of things that we can wiggle into, and that's kind of, we don't want to set a specific thing that we're going to do, but that's kind of the 5-year plan.
Has Crystara started I guess thinking about the concept of RWA NFTs? Like, let's say I create a project, and in this project, I'm the eBay of Crystara. I'm selling watches, I'm selling Pokemon cards, I'm selling whatever it may be, but I'm stocking it here in my own personal warehouse. You come to my project, you buy the Rolex for however many Supra, and I ship you this. But you have to burn the NFT or whatever the process is. Maybe you have to do it through our platform or whatnot. Have y'all started discussing, or have you even thought about this concept yet of involving RWAs within the Crystara platform?
Definitely. So RWA is crazy. Like the market for it is crazy.
Huge.
Yeah, redeemables is a crazy huge market as well. So maybe we put aside the RWA first because I have some thoughts on that. But another one big market is the redeemables market. So you can kind of call it like gambling. I mean, quote unquote gambling. But so we can't promote that, right? Obviously, we're just an NFT marketplace. We're the infrastructure for you to build your NFT collections. But nobody is stopping you from creating your own platform where once you've minted these Crystara blind boxes, that you do redeemables for your NFTs. So you can think of it like, I don't know, if you have 9 pieces of an item, you can convert it into, one redeemable on your platform from minting these on-chain rarity system blind boxes. So this kind of thing creates a lot of liquidity and a lot of volume because it's kind of equal. It's more or less equal rewards in terms of like probabilities and like, I don't want to use the word, the G word. So That's a really big market. And
I
then
don't know what you mean by the G word. I'm just saying,
I don't
like,
know
but
what the G word is. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So, but RWAs is something that we're super interested in. The Singapore landscape, once again, regulations is pretty tight on RWA.
Yeah.
So, definitely something that we can explore once we're much bigger, but not something in the next like 2 years, maybe 3, 4, or 5. Yeah.
I love that. I can't
Awesome.
wait to buy a rollie on Crystara, baby, and burn it. But another thing I've seen NFT projects do before to get a redeemable, and whether it be like a shirt or a merch package, they would make you burn one of your NFTs. So, like, let's say I'm a holder of ZenX and I own 3 of these NFTs. Okay, well, what we're gonna do is we're gonna give you the ability to burn one. You pick your least favorite one, whatever it may be, and you burn it, and then we'll send you a package, a care package with some ZenX merch or whatnot. And people say, like, well, why would you do that? Why are you going to burn NFTs that like you minted and paid for? Well, theoretically, the idea is if there's enough substantial want in this project, the less supply, the higher demand, the price go up. And what makes people happiest to Web3? When price go up, right? So this is
Yeah.
the idea behind like making redeemables and burning NFTs. But the concept is fun, and I'm always behind cool stuff like that. So absolutely, I think it's a wonderful idea. Maybe regulations make it a little bit tough right now, but definitely looking into the future. I think RWAs and redeemables and burning assets to get an RWA is definitely within the future. And I know people are already working on some stuff like that. And I'm not included in that. I'm just saying that I know some people that are working on some stuff like that. Looking back, let's keep it moving. What's one decision you made with Crystara that you're most proud of and why? Like, was there an aha moment? And there always is in every business. There always is. But was there an aha moment for you that you can reflect back on and being like, that's what it was, and that's when I knew what I wanted to do?
So the aha moment for us was definitely the incentivized testnet experience that we did, which got everybody essentially understanding what blind boxes are on chain and got everybody to try out the spinner, try out the on chain rarities, and really explore something new, a fresh concept. um, yeah, it was definitely the incentivized blind boxes. So we had almost 450,000 transactions and we
Wow.
grew crazy, even though the rewards that we issued out were not like crazy. I think we only issued out 100,000 Supra for our incentivized testnet, but we had like 2,000 plus users and they all minted at least like 500 times per person, which is just kind of crazy. So that was really an aha moment when I realized that blind boxes were something that people actually cared about, and people would really want.
Yeah, exactly. And so the first time we had on and you were showing us, I think that you might have just gone into test or mainnet, or maybe we were just on the back end of testnet, but you were showing us the blind boxes real time. And I was like, hey, I'm a gamer. I played CS:GO. This reminds me a lot of CS:GO, like blind boxes. Is this like, did the idea kind of stem from there? And you were like, yeah. It was like, oh, now I love it even more. But the concept is so simple, right? It's like you have the opportunity to get something rare and you're watching it in front of you. You're watching it in front of you and you're waiting for it to stop, and you see the gold one go by and you go, no, please come back. But the concept is so fun. So involving people that don't play high level FPS games, like the normal gamer is not playing CS:GO. And that's just the honest to God truth. Most people are not that high level of a gamer to go and play an FPS game. If you take a normal guy off the street and put him into a Counter-Strike game with normal people that play Counter-Strike, they're going to have the worst day ever. So it's really hard to get people involved in Counter-Strike. But the idea of blind boxes is so fun for you opening that door. It's like, of course, you're going to have that many transactions. I mean, 450,000 is a shitload. Don't get me wrong. But it's like the
Yeah.
concept is so fun that it's very easy for people to like love to do it.
I do have something to say about that. So recently I was out like in a mall, right? And then I myself got hooked on blind boxes, like real, like those figurine stuff.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know if you know
exactly.
Shin-chan, but like I was like, oh my god, what am I gonna get from this small packet of blind box thing?
Yeah, wait, what's the one that is really popular in the United States and
Is it Pop
Thailand?
Mart?
Yeah, Pop Mart, but they have like
Labubu.
the Labubus, dude. They are
Yeah, yeah.
everywhere. Okay, so
Yeah, blind
Houston,
boxes.
Exactly. So Houston is the most diverse city in the United States, and people don't when you hear Texas, you think Southern cowboys, white people. Not the case. Houston is a melting pot of everything. The most diverse city in the United States, third biggest city in the United States, very culturally diverse. So we opened a Pop Mart at our local mall called the Baybrook Mall. People stood out there for 48 hours to get in
Wow.
line to just buy a Labubu blind box. And that was like
Mhm.
their off kick. But if you walk in that whole store, it's all blind boxes. There's Star Wars and One Piece and Pokemon. But it's just the concept, the idea, the mystery of, okay, well, I know I love everything in this box. Like I'm a big, let's say I'm a big Dragon Ball Z fan. I love Dragon Ball Z. I know I'm gonna like what's ever in this box, but I have the opportunity to get something very valuable. You know, it's like that idea, that mentality, the G word is something that people cannot get away from, whatever it may be. That like that feeling
The
of
level of
pulling,
mystery.
yes, and also the feeling of pulling something badass. Have you ever opened a Pokemon card pack and pulled a Charizard back in the day?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I'm
No,
showing my
I
age
did.
here, but
I
yeah,
did.
it's
I
like
did.
you're pulling high value
Secret rare.
Pokemon cards. Like I pulled a secret art rare Gengar VMAX from Fusion Strike. God, that was a lot of words there. Anyways, I pulled it and it's an $800 card. And I was just standing at my desk going, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit, like screaming in the house. And that feeling is a very addicting feeling. So, like, the concept of like blind box, what am I going to get? 100% kind of drives that like human interaction. So it's a wonderful way to get people involved.
Yeah. I
Bring
agree.
on
Sorry
blind boxes, bro.
Yeah, sorry to go on. Are
I
you
mean,
looking at them? Okay. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, now in South Africa, I'm like, can we get some blind boxes here in South Africa? Like
Yeah. Dude, Yong, and
a
listen to
blind
this.
box.
There's a go ahead.
No, a blind box store in South Africa would be great. Like one of our malls. That'd be fantastic.
So even more random than that, HEB is like the biggest grocery store in Texas. They're rated the number one grocery store in America every single year. It's like it's a beautiful place. I go every day. I love it. Well, next door to our HEB,
Every day.
they next door to our HEB, they opened it's called Claw Master, and all it is claw machines, and in each claw machine, all it is blind boxes. So you have to like walk around, see what claw machine has like the blind box you're interested in. So I think this was a very popular concept in Asia, but it's like kind of made its way over to the United
It's
States. And the
moving.
United States is full throttle, baby. We are going full throttle.
You know
I
that
love it.
in a mall in Singapore, there's at least 10 shops that sell some form of blind boxes. I was
See?
walking into things and I was like, oh my god, I just bought something, a blind box. I'm not gonna look at this. This is how many that there are in Singapore.
Yep, dude, that is so funny. And
Damn.
what are the machines called that have like little figurines in them, but they're randomized too? Do y'all know what I'm talking about? They're really popular in Asia.
In Japan,
Um,
right?
in Japan, exactly.
I
Gotcha
Gotcha
machines.
machines.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
exactly what it is. Yeah, yeah. So those were I saw a bunch of those in New York too. But it's like, man, okay, well, this is coming to America, and it will be everywhere within the next 6 months. I can almost guarantee it. All right, so James, you ready to move forward? I know I kind of
It's
spiraled off
time.
there on some
It is
excitement.
time.
Okay, let's do
The
it.
hot seat is here. Here we go, Young. All right.
Oh,
So this is, the deal. I know you've watched a couple of episodes of the SUP. You've been on the SUP a few times. So first question: what is your worst crypto horror story? And yeah, I mean, look, we do say to people that it doesn't have to be your own, but if it is your own, that would be even better. But we just want to hear the worst crypto horror story that you can tell us.
so previously you asked me this question, and the answer was the FTX crash. So I had
Yeah.
like all of my funds in there. I had some like family investments in there where they were
Oh,
like,
family
"Hey,
investments.
no, okay, they're not
Oh,
that huge,
pain,
but it's like they're
pain.
like, oh, I want to invest in Bitcoin. Okay, I'll help you. I'll help you hold some in FTX. But you know what's the next the bigger horror story is that after I said it on the soup, I started getting emails of fake FTX like claims emails, and I was just like,
Oh, wow.
how are people so crazy? Yeah. So two horror stories about FTX.
Oh,
And so we have asked you this question before, but for people that don't know, we get more users every week or more viewers every week. So I love to like reiterate these questions for someone. Maybe you have a different answer this time. What did you do before crypto?
Oh, I was a game developer before crypto. I was a game development student. I basically just coded games in Unity. I made just a couple of like school projects, stuff like that. Um, yeah, actually, I'm pretty young, so there's not much
Yeah.
behind.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly.
yeah, I did a Minecraft server when I was like super young, like running like the as like the head of the server, like
Yeah, yeah.
controlling all of the admins and features development and stuff like that. So that's how I got into coding. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
What about if crypto crashes tomorrow, bro? What is your plan B career move? Are you going back to gaming? Are you going back to varsity? What's the deal? Opening up a blind box store?
Oh, that sounds good. I might just do
Yeah.
that. Open a Pop Mart franchise.
Dude, I'm gonna open up a Pop Mart whatnot channel. See you boys at the top. Wait, do y'all have whatnot there? I hope so.
No, what's that?
Oh, okay. Well, let me explain whatnot to you. So what whatnot is, it's an application on your phone. And so let's say I have items in front of me, and then I have a whole viewership of viewers. Like let's say there's 1,200 people watching this now. Well, everybody here is watching my whatnot stream. So right now I'm giving away a error card Ponita with square cut corners, right? It's like, okay, well, this card, I'm going to start bidding at $1 and it's going to go for 1 minute. So now everybody in the chat is live bidding on this item for 1 minute. At the end, that person wins the item. It's basically a live eBay auction for thousands of viewers at a time. Not all
Yeah.
viewers have, but yeah, so essentially, I'm going to start a live stream selling mystery boxes. It's my $1 million idea, dude.
Yeah, I think it makes $1 million definitely.
Eventually.
Yeah.
All right, so moving on. Who is the one person in crypto you'd love to have dinner with? This could be a popular or not popular person. And what would be the first question you would ask this human or not human?
Someone in crypto. Okay, think fast. Okay, Alex Becker.
Alex Becker.
What I would ask him is, so when are you going to launch your NFT collection on Crystara?
Hey, I love
like
that. Get a little
I
plug
like that's
in
a
there,
great
baby.
question.
Little plug.
That's a wonderful
That
question.
is a great question. What do we need in crypto that we don't have today?
Ooh, so to be honest, I'm gonna be like a Supra plug, but essentially everything that Supra is building.
Come
Like,
on, baby.
what have you seen in crypto? Like, what have you not seen in crypto? You've not seen AutoFi. You've not seen like, I mean, bridgeless it does exist somewhere, but you've not seen like interoperability. You've not seen 60 ms like containers execution kind of things. So what blockchain needs, what crypto needs, is probably a sex like experience. Okay, CEX like
Hey.
experience on chain, and that's what we're gonna get in Supra with AutoFi, on chain order books, 60 ms execution, 500 TPS. That's what we need.
Come on, baby.
Boom.
We need
I love
Supra.
that. What an
No other
answer.
questions.
What
No
an
other
answer.
answers.
Chop it up right now, Napoon. Chop it up right now, sir.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So I asked you this last time. So maybe you've been thinking about this. Maybe you've been working on your answer for me since the last time we did this.
Oh,
But I'm going to ask it again. If you had to explain Web3 to your grandma, grandpa, or just elder in 10 seconds or less, how would you do it? And I'm going to time you, per usual. And
okay.
you have a minute here. If you need to think about it, that's totally fine. But whenever you say I'm ready, that's my cue that you're ready. And then when you start talking after that is when I press start. So you have a minute here. I know I've asked it before. I don't remember your initial answer, but
No, I wasn't asked this. The other
maybe we added this after, James. Maybe this is one of the additional questions we added. Okay. Well, I love this. That makes it even better.
I'm ready.
All right. Whenever you start talking, I'm starting the timer. Oh, wait. Hold on. I asked the question.
I blanked out, bro.
No, you went to look like you were going to talk, and I just instinctively I pressed it. Okay, whenever you're ready. Next time you
Okay,
talk, I'm
okay.
clicking start.
Internet money. So instead of one government, there's 100 of governments all around the world that controls this money and tells you whether or not it is money or it is a fraudulent transaction.
Boom. That's 10 seconds. That was 10. Literally, I mean, we're gonna give him 10
Wow.
seconds. It's point
39
439
split
of a
seconds. That was
second.
probably just your fat finger just
That's
sort
probably
of
my fat finger. That's
Reaction.
pushed
probably
over the
exactly
39
right.
split seconds right there.
That's right. Hey, that's one of the first ones we've had to where it's like, boom, I'm done at 10 seconds. Because everybody goes over a second or two. You know what I mean? 10 seconds is very fast. Shout out to
Yeah.
y'all.
Okay, just explain that to me again though. So like internet money, then you went into like there's 100 governments around the world.
Banks.
Run through that
Oh,
again real quick.
I did want to say banks, but I ended up saying governments. Like a
I thought you
hundred
meant
banks.
banks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a
yeah.
100 banks around the world determining whether or not a transaction actually is a real transaction or it's like a fraudulent transaction. Yeah, and
Okay, so
I
that's a
wouldn't go
web.
any deeper for that for a grandma.
Okay, fair. Yeah. Fair
Yeah,
enough.
yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
I
All
think I
right,
said
young
something
dude.
similar too, right? Like mine,
Nah,
yeah,
bro.
mine was like, yes, I
Yours was
did.
like, nah, bro. Yours was
Mine was
like,
like, imagine you had control of your
imagine.
money all the time. You didn't have to go to the bank to get your money. You could just take it out, spin it, and pull it out wherever you wanted to all the time. I think that was mine. Banks,
So
baby.
easy. That's yeah. Well, we'll put this to a community vote in the future.
Dude, they've got my back.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Chase first. Chase first, James. Chase first, James.
Oh, you're so
Community vote.
cooked,
Let's
bro.
see. Let's see. We'll see. All right, Young dude, it's been amazing, bro. We're gonna just get through 2 user questions real quick. Starting with Supra Mummy. She wanted to know what made you choose the name Crystara? What's behind it?
Good question.
That's a really good question. So, yeah, it could have ended really badly when I was choosing this name. Okay, so for context, I started with blind boxes. I want to make blind boxes on chain. So what do I name it? Do I just name it like blindboxnft.com? It could have been that bad. So I'm not a good namer myself. Like even my partner laughs at me whenever I think of names for things. So I asked ChatGPT, what are some like blind boxes but abstract? What is an abstract way to talk about blind boxes or like a word that has some sort of mystery meaning? And then they come up with a bunch of different options. And the one that stuck out to me was crystal. So in the past, when I was doing like my game service and stuff, I like to have crystal shards as like mystery items that you can open up. So it's like it sounds exciting. Crystals. What are crystals? So I just asked for like different suggestions related to crystal, and that's how I came up with Crystara.
I love it, dude.
Nice.
The
All right.
the the concept of naming something, any company, I don't care what, if you are a avocado farmer and your name is Avocado King, it's like, I just love to hear the story. Well, what was the purpose of you naming it out of Avocado King? I'm the king of avocados. All right, simple enough. Well
As
done.
simple
I
as
love it.
that.
Yeah. So I just love figuring out how people name their businesses. So the next question is for Poiterex 42017. Can we get the option to buy 10 NFTs at the time? And I don't know if he means buy or mint. Can you mint 10 NFTs at the same time on Crystara?
No, you can't right now. Internally, you can, but the UI doesn't show that.
Imagine
We'll work on
10 blind
this.
boxes going at the same time, dude. Yeah, dude. What's the
Oh my god,
did that-
the vibe guy. What do you call that?
On the
dude,
boat,
if you
baby.
know, if you
On the
know.
boat.
Yeah, exactly. If you
Yeah.
know, you
If you
know.
mint 10 at a time, I will put up the little GIF up there and
Yeah.
just post it.
Yes, dude.
Let's
We'll
go.
get someone to
Yes.
animate the Crystara mascot and then we'll get that
Oh,
going.
Make it
dude,
an
yes.
NFT, baby. Make it an NFT.
I love that. I love that
I
so
love it.
much.
Super
All
Mummy
in
says
like
thank you so much for your reply, by the way.
yeah, no worries, no worries. I got you. But in all realness, the 10 I can't speak 10 NFTs thing, sweeps will be done with another feature. So sweeps are in our like task list, and then buying 10 NFTs at a time. If you want to mint like 5 at a time, we can definitely do that as well.
Yeah, that'd be
Nice.
sweet.
Hello.
I love that.
Hello.
Pointer X
sir.
says he sweeped. Wait, hold. Sorry. Last comment. Pointer X 420 says sweeped like 10 bulls one by one. The struggle is real.
Sweep
got you.
that floor, brother.
He said he's
that
looking.
floor, sir.
He's working on it for you, brother. Let's go. And shout out to the Bulls.
Sweep
That's
that
the PFP I'm rocking right now.
Yeah, Super Bulls. I rocked it for a week. I'm currently all in on ZenX until the end of July. So yeah. All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up right there. Yong, this has been amazing. Any final comments to the community watching and to our general Supra audience, brother?
Yeah, I thank everybody for joining this soup. I know I posted it on like the Crystara Discord, the Telegram, and everything. So there's probably a lot more like Crystara related fans or people in this lobby. So thank you guys for showing up. You guys are amazing.
Nice.
Absolutely.
Nice, man.
We love it. We love it. And the last thing, James, I have to get this out. I did see one final question in that I had to say something. They said, why is the red panda the mascot of Supra? And I'll give you a very simple answer. If it wasn't a red panda mascot, it would have been a possum. And you didn't want the possum. Most people did. I loved the possum. And if you've been watching the Sup Weekly, he does randomly pop up, or he used to. And it was just like a possum. If you don't know what a possum is, it's like one of the ugliest creatures in the world. That's what I wanted our mascot to be. Nobody else did. But thank you for that question. I had to at least give this opossum some love. Yong, thank you so much for coming and taking time out of your day. It's already past midnight for you. Go get some rest. Okay.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Rest well, brother. Sleep well, my friend. Sleep well.
Yeah.
What time are you waking up tomorrow morning?
9.
Let's go.
Good for you. I
Get
like
those
that.
hours
8.5
in,
hours sleep. Have a good sleep. Have a good rest, brother. You are cooking. Crystara is cooking. This has been amazing. Folks, thanks for tuning into the Sup episode 27. Next week, episode 28, we're going to be talking about PBO 2. So join us then. Baby. Same time, same place. Chase, it's been real. Thank you, brother.
Always fun. See y'all later. Peace.
Precision, Oracle's automation, man, we changing the division. Multi-VM flex, ain't no stopping the ignition. Cross-chain communication, now we breaking competition. Super going rise, yeah, we climbing through the ranks. Supply lock tight, ain't no dumping in the banks. Taking L